With the recent presidential elections still fresh in our minds, it's hard not to think about the processes that make our democracy function. Standing in long lines, filling out paper ballots, and waiting anxiously for results. It's a familiar scene. But have you ever wondered why, in our age of smartphones and instant communication, we still rely on such traditional methods to vote? We can shop online, transfer money, even have virtual doctor appointments. So why hasn't voting caught up? Today, I want to dive deep into how voting works currently in the US and explore technologies like biometrics and how the blockchain could revolutionize our voting systems. Could this be the future of democracy? Let's start by taking a closer look at how voting works in the United States today. For most of us, voting involves either going to a polling station on election day or mailing in an absentee ballot. At the polling station, you check in with a poll worker who verifies your identity depending on your state's laws. Then, you're given a paper ballot or directed to an electronic voting machine. If you're using a paper ballot, you fill it in depending on the instructions. Once completed, you feed it into an optical scanner that records your vote. With electronic machines, you make your selections on a touchscreen and your votes are recorded digitally. After the polls close, the votes are tallied. Paper ballots are counted either at the polling place or transported to a central location for counting. Electronic votes are stored on memory devices within the machines and then transferred to a central tabulation system. One of the major companies providing voting equipment in the US is Dominion Voting Systems. They offer a range of products, including optical scanners, ballot marking devices, and tabulation software. Their systems are designed to be secure and efficient, but they've also been the subject of controversy. Votes are counted at the local precinct level, then aggregated at the county level, and finally at the state level. For federal elections, these state results contribute to the national outcome, like in presidential races where the Electoral College comes into play. While this system has been working for years, it's not without its challenges. Long lines at polling stations can discourage voter turnout. Mail-in ballots, while increasing accessibility, can lead to delays in counting. There's also the potential for human error or tampering. So how could technology improve this process? Enter biometrics and blockchain. Imagine a voting system where you can securely and efficiently cast your ballot and have it counted almost instantly. Here's how it could work. On election day, you go to your local polling station, but instead of checking in with a poll worker or using a paper ballot, you approach a secure kiosk. You verify your identity using biometrics, perhaps a fingerprint or an iris scan. This method ensures that you are who you say you are and that you haven't already voted elsewhere. Once your identity is confirmed, the digital ballot appears on the touchscreen. You make your selections, review them, and when you're satisfied, you submit your vote. Your vote is then encrypted and recorded on the blockchain, a decentralized ledger that's secure and transparent. Blockchain technology ensures that each vote is recorded immutably, meaning it can't be altered or deleted. Because it's decentralized, there's no single point of failure or vulnerability that could be used to exploit the results. After casting your vote, you receive a unique transaction ID. Later, you can use this ID to confirm that your vote was counted without revealing your choices. This adds an extra layer of transparency and trust to the process. This system could significantly reduce wait times, eliminate the need for paper ballots, and speed up the tallying process, providing election results that are much faster than the current system. Of course, This all sounds great in theory, but there are important considerations we need to address. First, security is a paramount concern. While the blockchain itself is secure due to its decentralized and encrypted nature, the devices used to cast votes, like the kiosks at polling stations, could be vulnerable to hacking or malware. Ensuring the security of these endpoints is crucial. Then there is the issue of privacy. Collecting and storing biometric data raises concerns. How do we ensure that this sensitive information is protected from breaches or misuse? Strong data protection laws and encryption are necessary, but we also need the public trust that these measures are sufficient. The digital divide is another challenge. Not everyone has equal access to technology or the internet. While the initial implementation might be at polling stations with standardized equipment, if we ever move towards remote or mobile voting, we risk disenfranchising those without access to necessary technology. Legal and regulatory hurdles also exist. Transitioning to a new voting system requires changes to laws and regulations, as well as rigorous testing and certification to ensure the system's integrity. And let's not forget the human element. Voter confidence in the system is essential. If people don't trust that their vote will be counted accurately and securely, they may choose not to participate at all. Let's look at some real-world examples where digital voting has been implemented. Estonia is a pioneer in the field. Since 2005, they've allowed citizens to vote in national elections digitally. Voters use a national ID card equipped with a chip and a PIN code to authenticate their identity. Interestingly, voters in Estonia can change their vote multiple times during the voting period, with only the last vote counting. This feature helps mitigate the risk of coercion or fraud. In the United States, West Virginia conducted a pilot program in 2018 and 2020, allowing military personnel stationed overseas to vote using a blockchain-based mobile app called Votes. The goal was to make voting more accessible for service members abroad. While the pilot saw participation, it also faced criticism from security experts who identified potential vulnerabilities in the app. A 2020 report from MIT highlighted significant security risks associated with blockchain voting, including potential attacks that could compromise the secrecy and integrity of ballots. They recommended such systems not be used for high-stakes elections until these concerns are addressed. These examples show that while digital voting is possible, it comes with challenges that need to be carefully considered. From my perspective, the idea of modernizing our voting system is very exciting. The convenience of digital voting could encourage higher voter turnout, making it easier for everyone to participate in the democratic process. It could especially benefit those who have difficulty reaching polling stations, like people with disabilities or those living in remote areas. However, I'm also mindful of the risks. The integrity of our elections is fundamental to democracy. We need to ensure that any new system is not only secure, but also transparent and accessible to all voters. Imagine a future where voting is as easy as tapping a few buttons on a secure device, where results are quickly and securely accessible. Technology has the potential to enhance our democratic processes, making them more efficient and inclusive. But to get there, we need to engage in open dialogues, invest in research and development, and perhaps, and most importantly, ensure that these technologies are developed ethically and with robust security measures. Change often brings challenges, but it also brings opportunities for improvement. By working together, citizens, technologists, policymakers, we can all shape a voting system that upholds the values of our democracy. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think integrating biometrics, and blockchain into our voting system is the right move? What concerns or hopes do you have about such a transition? Have you ever experienced electronic voting in any form? Please share your opinions and experiences in the comments below. Let's have a constructive conversation about the future of democracy. If you found this video insightful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with others who might be interested. Your engagement helps foster a community where we can discuss important topics like this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more explorations into how technology intersects with society. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos where we'll delve deeper into fascinating developments. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, your voice matters, not just at the ballot box, but in shaping the conversations of our lives. Let's continue this journey together, exploring ideas that could shape the future of our world. Until next time, stay curious and keep the dialogue going.